You know, Bungie is kind of the video game equivalent of James Cameron, where every time a new project is ready, people will doubt it every single time and then look like an idiot in the wake of it all, never learning a thing. I think Marathon is going to do alright. It's the fire and ash of video games. After 6 hours or so in the Marathon server slam and about 100 times that spread across Destiny and Destiny 2, I am, right now ahead of Marathon's launch, thinking a lot about my relationship to Bungie games, what I get out of them, and what I want out of Marathon. Because unlike a lot of Destiny players, I would say the majority of them, the bulk of my playtime that was not spent on the campaigns or the strikes, it was spent in the Crucible with Lord Shaxx. So when it was revealed that Bungie's next game, Marathon, would be a PvP-focused game, I was more than willing to hear them out. So after a few hours in the server slam, I'm sitting here wondering, was it worth killing Destiny's PvP scene for Marathon? Is this my new Bungie home? Let's talk about it. Starting off top level, Marathon is extremely different from the Destiny experience, let alone the whole looter shooter element. It is very different on the PvP front. Matches play out a lot longer, it's a lot more intense, communication is super key, and in Destiny, I frequently, pretty much exclusively solo queued in Crucible and managed just fine. I could even queue up solo in Trials and be alright. Marathon, I do not feel it is in any way built for a solo player. The time to kill is extremely short, and if you do not have a group of allies that you can rely on or have just other support abilities, you'll die quickly, you will die often, and I think you'll become incredibly frustrated if you are playing as a solo player in this game built around teamwork. But there is a solution there. If you are a lone wolf, if you do mainly want to play these games, any competitive shooter by yourself, if your friends have no interest in a game on this level, there is a character you can play as, Rook. Rook is basically a robotic version of Solid Snake. You go into this hostile battlefield midway through a match. Some teams could have been killed already. You do not really have that many abilities, especially compared to the full-blown runners. You can't bring much into these matches. You are really going to have a hard time engaging with other teams. You are better off stealthing your way through playing as Rook. Now, I will say, playing as Rook, as that solo experience, really was awesome. I had a great time doing that. I extracted successfully every time I did a Rook run, but you are much more limited in terms of what you're going to be gaining from doing this on a loot front. A lot of the best goodies on the map are likely going to be taken. You're probably going to go in for scraps, maybe stocking up your ammo in your vault. Realistically, you're not going to be able to break through a very apparent ceiling when playing as this character. Now, as enjoyable as it is to fulfill that stealthy, sneaky, Solid Snake fantasy in this really rich world, I don't know if it's something that I would be very fulfilled in having it be the only way I play this game. If you are able to play with a full team, a team of friends that you can coordinate with and know they're able to lock in when they need to, wow, this game is a blast. The bulk of my playtime during the server slam was spent with, as intended, a full team of 3 runners. We were coordinated, and when we were playing together, we were undefeated. There's so much incentive, both in progression and just in terms of player experience, to queuing up with people you know you will have a good time with. But that is more than a few hurdles that some players who primarily play Destiny solo, or like me, like queuing into Crucible Destiny PvP by themselves, won't be able to avoid in any capacity. Because as fun as it was running trios with people I know and trust and have played games with before, I cannot imagine the experience of playing this game with randoms, even more so than something like an Apex Legends. You need to be locked in if you want success in this game. But if you're intrigued by Marathon, if you are a Bungie fan and you know that you are not going to want to play with randoms and your other friends don't have an interest in this game, I do think it is worth considering trying to play mainly as Rook and just take in the world, the atmosphere at your own pace. But again, I feel there is a very clear ceiling on where the fun of this playstyle ends. But if you want to commit to this, I cannot blame you, because this is a Bungie game after all, and you really do feel the Bungie touch throughout the entire experience. The environments are all wonderfully realized, incredible sound design. I want to highlight that specifically. Really nice ambient soundtrack. It's a world that I did have a blast uncovering secrets in, and maybe I just didn't give this game enough credit going in, but there was a lot more story in its presentation than I was expecting here at all. A lot of it does happen in the menus, similar to how Destiny eventually got into their seasonal storytelling week to week, but you have these factions that you can do contracts for, and in their menus, they allow you to unlock more capabilities for your runner. They have a clear progression across a handful of distinct factions that all have a representative that will give you more information about the world, talk to you directly like one-on-one, and uncover some of the secrets of what's going on with the Marathon ship, the whole sci-fi world that Bungie has put together for this release. But for a single-player experience, a player who I know will only be playing solo or with randoms, I don't know if I can say with confidence that you will truly enjoy the climb to get all of that juicy sci-fi storytelling. So all that in mind, as fun as it is, as enjoyable an experience as I had in that test weekend, I can confidently say Marathon, it's not Destiny 2 PvP in any way, shape, or form. And if, like me, you did spend a lot of time in the Crucible, if you love Destiny's PvP suite, I don't think it's a guarantee you will love Marathon. The arena format, the quick respawns, the standard experience of a multiplayer 6v6 that you know and love, or a 4v4, it's not here at all. So no, it is not a second coming of Destiny's PvP suite. Was it worth killing that for Marathon? We'll see post-launch and how this game does, how it lives, but I'm still missing that Destiny PvP experience. That being said, it is still a Bungie game, and it's extremely fun to play, especially if you have two other people who you know you can rely on to adapt. And while, no, it's not Destiny 3, something that I even find myself starting to feel a bit hungry for, it is a new, fresh hopping on point for a new Bungie game. And despite what people want to say about the state of Destiny 2, or the past 15 years of Bungie, the Bungie that made Halo versus the Bungie of today, it's still a big deal for this to happen. It doesn't come around very often. So I'd like to hear, what did you think of the Marathon Server Slam? Were you sold on the game after playing it this past weekend? Or did it show you that maybe the extraction genre is not for you? And if you're like me, coming from Destiny PvP, where are you at in this game? Because I'm having a good enough time. I can see myself playing this for at least a few dozen hours, but it's no Crucible. Be sure to let us know what you think of Marathon once you get your hands on it, but in the meantime, you can stay tuned right here for the future of the game, what's the latest from Bungie, the world of gaming, or you can head on over to GameRant.com. For now, thanks for watching, I will see you next time.